We're going to do 1 through 10, so let's kick it off with number 10.
Our big gala affair of getting all the way to number 1.
Yeah, this is really gala. Blue Beetle, number 25. I felt very strongly about putting this on here because I feel like John Rogers' issues on Blue Beetle are a classic comic book run. And Blue Beetle 25 in particular brought everything to an incredibly satisfying action slam bang conclusion.
Yeah, the writing, building a character that is not only you want to get behind that, but you believe in, and he does all the right things. It's just great. You're rooting for somebody, and like you guys have said, comparing him to a young Spider-Man, it was awesome.
And let's not forget Raphael Albuquerque's art.
Fantastic, unique, and it really captured the region they were telling stories in. And the characters, all of the B characters in this arc were so fantastic. It's so sad to find out that the book's being canceled, because everyone that took over afterwards did such a great job as well.
Agreed. Number 9, Omega the Unknown. A lot less people were reading this than we thought there were.
We didn't understand. We didn't understand why people weren't picking up. It was so creative, so great. Just really some fun out there stuff that was
pretty out there.
Yeah, it wasn't like too trippy where it was annoying, but they did an amazing job, and the artwork really told the story as well as the writing.
Yeah. Agreed. I think Jonathan Latham did a good job on the writing, but it's Farrell Dalrymple's art that really made the title.
I agree, because I found some of the writing kind of like purposely misleading. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the art was so good though, and so different than everything else.
Excellent. All right, number 8, Captain Britain and the MI3. Clearly, you guys like this series as much as we do, because when we accidentally mentioned that it had been canceled, you guys freaked out.
Went crazy.
Yeah, go crazy.
Someone stabbed a letter on my door.
Did they?
Yeah, with a knife. It's true.
That was me.
It was Pete.
Yeah,
he signed it.
Somebody actually stabbed a knife on my door with a letter.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
Okay.
Pete, you are a talented man. This series is lovely. That's, I think, the best way to put it. Paul Cornell is doing a great job with a very unique, very fun team book, and made the Secret Invasion arc, which could have felt forced in, especially from the beginning, work as its own unique take on the event.
It was maybe the best Secret Invasion arc from any including Secret Invasion. They dealt with it in a way that they were telling their own story, and also getting into these great characters that we've seen throughout the rest of the series.
You really wish Secret Invasion was done in this kind of manner, where you really got behind all the characters.
And I wish this title wasn't canceled.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 7, Monster, Volume 18. We've been very big on this series. We didn't talk about the last volume, I think, on a speed round. Yep. This is one of the best manga series of all time, I think.
If you haven't been reading any manga and are like, that's not for me, pick this up. It's some of the best comic storytelling I've read in a long time. It's fantastic. It's like a thriller, but also has these nice emotional moments.
Absolutely.
It really builds nicely. I mean, the first couple issues I wasn't into, but then I realized you have to read them backwards. And I really was into it and got really involved. But really, a great example of amazing writing.
In American comics, reading them in trades. I just didn't understand the individual.
Here we go.
Why taint the new year with your bullshit?
Monster Volume 18 is great.
Read the first ones. Read 1, and then 2.
Right.
And then 3.
And then work your way up to 18.
4, 5, 6, 7.
A lot of manga series go on for an unlimited amount of volumes. It's nice to see it's only going for 18 issues. Number 6, Scalped.
Yeah!
Man, this is fantastic.
Jason, Aaron, I salute you. And also the art is just amazing.
Yeah.
You really telling a story, having it violent, but having it has some real meaning behind it, and I wouldn't say violent for violence sake, but just great storytelling, great action, great pacing, great
I have some reservations about this series.
Come on.
And it's only getting better. It's one of my favorite series, my top 3 favorite series right now.
Yeah.
Definitely pick it up.
Yeah.
5 is Rasl by Jeff Smith. The only reason this is number 5, I think, is because it only comes out every, 4 or 5 years.
I think leap year. It's like a leap year coming.
goddamn, the series is so good, so
Goddamn.
well drawn, so well done, so original, so interesting. I just wish it came out more often.
Yeah, it's one of the few series right now where the art and the writing really mesh so well, and really using the comic form to get the story, to take the story to new heights. It's fantastic.
Agreed.
March is when the next issue comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. 4 is Too Cool to Be Forgotten by our friend Alex Robinson. Pete, you were really emotionally affected by this.
Yeah,
book.
this was my favorite of everything that he's done so far. Really knocked out the park. He knocked out the park. He really did an amazing job.
To say it.
Normally he has a lot of different characters. He focused on a couple. It really gets emotional, but just the art, the writing, it's fantastic. It's a great, well written book.
His stuff is really good, and this is the most emotionally strong story that he's told.
I agree. I agree. I love pretty much everything he's ever done, and this is a very solid, really well done story.
And it's also funny, and there's some nice little twists and turns.
It's good. He's every single thing that he does, I feel like he progresses as a writer and an artist.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Number 3 is Incredible Herc, which has been one of our favorite series.
A little surprise. It's a surprise.
It's actually, I don't think, too much of a surprise because you have Greg Pak, who we love pretty much everything he does.
Yeah.
We have Fred Van Lente, who we love everything he does. Working together on mythological creatures and creations, making Amadeus Cho and Hercules the most appealing duo in the entire Marvel universe.
That's why I would call it a surprise, because when you hear the pitch of it, you're like, really? But
those two guys?
Yeah, I don't know. But the writing and the art does such a great job that you really get behind it, and it's very fun, very creative, and each issue is its own kind of separate thing that's very enjoyable, where if you saw it in a trade, you wouldn't enjoy it as much. Come on!
That's probably not true. The way that they're combining the myths surrounding the stories and the just great fun comic action, it's fantastic. It's a great synergy.
Incredible Herc is the smartest, most literate series that Marvel is putting out right now.
Yeah, at the same time, it feels so young and fresh. It doesn't
Agreed.
feel like one of those comics that's
It's great.
so
If
dense.
you're not picking it up, please do.
Yep.
Number 2, this is not too much of a surprise. All-Star Superman number 10. In probably one of the best series ever written, this was the best issue.
Yeah, that is true. What else can you say? It was just the peak. It was a peak.
For everything that we've said negative about Grant Morrison with Batman, R.I.P. and Final Crisis, this is him working at the peak of his abilities. This is Frank Whiteley working at the peak of his abilities.
Yeah.
This is an issue that says absolutely everything you need to know about Superman. For those of you who haven't read it, or those of you who don't remember specifically which was issue number 10, this is the one where Superman is finishing up everything before he thinks he's going to die.
Yeah.
And it's really emotionally charged, really funny, really well done, really original. Definitely the best single issue of the year.
Yeah, if you're not going to pick up the series, just pick up the issue because it does stand on its own.
Agreed. And last but not least, it is our number one.
Get ready to drop those balloons. Get ready to drop those balloons.
They're invisible balloons that don't actually make any sound. But the number 1 comic book of the year, according to us, is Locke and Key.
Locke and Key.
Lock and Key. This came out of nowhere and blew us away.
Yeah, Joe Hill really tells a fantastic story.
And perfectly matched by the art.
Yes, indeed. And it's kind of scary. You really feel along with the characters, everything that happens to them.
It's one of those things where, you think of a lot of horror, scary stuff, and you're like, oh, that's not going to translate well to a comic. The art does such an amazing job of holding the tension.
Yeah.
And on a couple panels, I jumped. I was like, oh my god.
I don't believe you, but that sounds awesome.
But I agree. This is hands down the best series of the year. Pick it up and trade so you can be ready for the next series.
It really opens the door, which comes out this month in January.
Oh, that's great.
It really opens the door to a whole new world that you haven't yet.
Or you can collect all individual copies. You don't have to pick up the trade.
Oh man,
But if you
No,
do
we're
pick up
quoted.
the trade,
We're quoted on the back of the trade.
Yeah, if you do pick up the
That
trade,
kind of creates a mild bias to our top 10.
Woo, they gave us money.
they did give us money.
Yeah.
They did not give us money.
No one
Locke
gives
Key,
us
best issue of the year. Let us know what you think by posting your comments below, emailing us at thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com, uploading a video response,
And also tell us why we're crazy and why our top 10 was wrong or what you think about it.
Or if
we try to put this together as the most things that stuck out to us throughout the whole year.
Really touched our hearts.
Yeah, so please comment. We'll enjoy reading your
you
stuff.
can even tell us in person at our live show Tuesday nights at 8 p.m.
I was tying it up, Alex.
We'll see you
Well,
in
you're taking a while.
We'll see you in 2012. Turn on the time machine. Turn on the time machine. Turn the time machine. Oh.